Jay Washington here from Educated Insanity, heard Wednesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 6 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. I am here with members of the Windy City Hitmen, and I'm going to let this gentleman here introduce himself, as well as introduce the man that's sitting in the middle.
My name is Richard Petrowski Jr. I'm the head coach for the Windy City Hitmen. Next to me, to my left, is Michael Kearney, our starting inside linebacker, number 2. Kearney is one of our great assets to this team right now.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That just really almost made you blush.
Yeah.
You turned rosy cheeked.
Wasn't suspected compliment.
Now, this is something many people don't know. You're coming back off of a devastating injury.
Yes, sir.
Please tell people about the injury, because I heard it and I cringed. And I'll tell you why I cringed, but go ahead.
Last year, first game, the way the turf is set up in arena football, they have sponsorships on the turf. Was half-foot planted. About 2 men that were extremely bigger than me hit me while my foot was sliding out of place. Pop, snap, and tear, just like that. Adrenaline kept going. I knew what happened.
Yeah.
But as a player, as an athlete, as a competitor, you want to keep going.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Got back up for one more play. Took my read steps. Played on the right knee. Nothing was there as I was going down. Got hit again, so whatever was left became nothing left. And then ACL completely exploded, not even torn, nothing left, and partially torn meniscus. So they had to take tendons from other areas of my leg, replace it, and just been recovering ever since.
So you had to have complete reconstructive knee surgery. I know about that because I used to be a professional wrestler, still do it every now and then for 11 years. I have to wrap my knees up heavily whenever I get in the ring. You know, no tears, thankfully, but the wear and tear of just that sport itself, and for you to have to go through that and take that step, I know about the adrenaline.
Yes, sir.
You know, you don't feel anything, you good. That play going, you good. All of a sudden stuff stops, you take that step, you're like, wait a minute, and then they just,
you know, what went through isn't really happening. He can contest, the other team doctor was saying it might be a sprain, it might be this and that, but I knew I couldn't even put pressure on it, and it's one of those things to get, you know, to this level is what you work for your whole life, you know, while you're in high school, when you're in college, just what you want to get to. No matter what people say, you know, it might not be the NFL, it's still a professional organization.
Right.
And I just couldn't believe it happened the first game the way it did. And then once that kind of sank in, I felt like I let my teammates down. I'm an extremely competitor. I play for a lot of people besides myself, my teammates, my family, and I felt like I let a lot of people down. But that being said, that's what helped me drive to make this comeback and work as hard as I have been to get back here this season.
I just had that moment where a tear was about to I felt Mariah Carey playing in the background.
You too, I was feeling
you know that. But no, I understand how that is when you're the guy that they look at you as the captain. So when something goes down that happens to you, you know, everybody looks, they rally behind you, but you like, you know, you need to be out there on the field with them. It's in the field of battle. I know how that is. Now, as the head coach, how did that feel seeing him go down game 1?
I think I had a tear in my eye a little bit. But realistically, what happened was that I seen it the first play, and I was actually talking to somebody up in because we have headphones, so I was talking to somebody up in the sky, and I'm like, did Kearney just tear everything in his knee? And they're like, no, he's fine. Look, he's getting back up because he was on kickoff also. So that's where it happened, was kickoff, and then they ran it back to the 5-yard line, and that's where he really tore everything. So I asked him, I'm like, and I asked the offensive coordinator because I have the head coach on, so I can actually talk to everybody around. And I'm like, did Kearney just hurt himself? And our offensive coordinator, which is Rico again, it's kind of funny that full circle here. Rico's like, oh no, he's fine. Look, he's up. I'm like, all right. Then the very next play, I just seen him fall, and I'm just like, he's done. And they're like, no, he's not done. He's gonna get back up. I'm like, no, he's done. And right away, my adrenaline going, me being the person I am, I ran right up to the head referee, gave him a few choice words and told them that was their fault. Because, because of the way the field was last year, they had, it was turf, but then they had like paper kind of like over the turf with tape down on it. and you know what I mean. So I really let that them know what it was all about last year. But feeling emotionally, it kind of took the drain out of it. It ended up being a very, very close game, but with pretty much the heart and soul of what we were trying to do last year out first play of the game, kind of our sails were taken out of us. So yeah, that's what happened last year. So
now, a knee injury, like I said, we keep saying how devastating it is, especially being an athlete in such a contact sport as football. How's your rehabilitation been? How's it, getting ready to get back into the swing of things?
Yeah, great question. What I do on the side is I'm a personal training director, so I live in the gym. On top of that, the physical therapy place I go to is 3 blocks from there. So it's one of those things, work out straight to physical therapy. To be honest, at first, mentally, you go to nothing. And just to see where I'm at now, it's amazing. It's been a process. It's been a long process, a mental battle, but it's one of those things to see where I was, to see where I am now, the hard work that's paying off, the dedication. I'm really starting to get itching and scratching to get out there on the field.
Okay, I was about to ask, how's the speed? Because at inside linebacker, you've got to have that speed. You got to be able to read, make cuts if you need to. How's the knee holding up the speed? Have you ran on it yet?
Yeah, I've run on it. A lot of physical therapy now. I can get back. I'm never going to be obviously 100%.
Right.
My physical therapist right now is about 90, 95. Straight line speed's good. All we're improving on in these last couple of weeks before the season starts, before I get back out there, put the pads on, is explosive side movements. It's really, the quick side movements that happen in this game, especially in the indoor game. But it's doing good. Speed's getting back up there. I'm getting close. Like I said, never going to be where I was. Hopefully, I'm hoping my last name turns into Adrian Peterson.
I was just going to say, we see, you can't say that where he was. We saw a man whose knee was held together by bubble gum and paper clips come back the next season and run for almost 2,100 yards. Yeah. So it's possible. Yeah. Granted, it's 2 different positions, but it's possible.
Yeah, and exactly. With these guys, the support system of my teammates, my family, with the management of the Hitman, the coaches, everyone in the organization, they're supporting me. They have high expectations of me, and I have high expectations of myself. And so I'm looking to not take a step lower, but turn it a step up this season.
That's a good thing. Now, Coach, you got any other players who, you were telling me about a couple other players you have who stand out? Not just Mike, but a couple other ones who stand out, who you guys rally behind as well. Talk a little bit about those guys.
We have a player by the name of Jesse Robinson. You can find him on Facebook, J-Rob. He has his own fan page, so if anybody wants to go to his fan page, he promotes it big time. But he's a great asset to us. He was one of those All-Americans that played in the All-American Bowl this past year up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He played 2 years ago for the Chicago Rush, which is a great asset to our defense.
What position does he play?
Defensive back. He plays corner. He's played corner. He's a great asset to us for the simple fact that on defense we actually run arena defense, where we have something different than indoor. We have a back and jack linebacker. We have to announce when we're blitzing, so it changes up our game a lot. But with an experienced defensive back, and actually our defensive backfield is probably second to none right now. But just focusing on him right now, with his experience in arena football, relaying everything that we're doing on defense, it's second to none right now. On the other side, we actually have Mike Pfeiffer, which is another player that played for arena team, that played indoor football the last 3 years. So putting those two together, our defensive backfield is unstoppable. And then right now we have
Joe?
Our free safety.
Debo. College teammate, baby. Concordia.
He's another Concordia kid. But he just reads the field like no other. I've watched him, and I'm actually calling the defense, so I'm a little bit more of a defense.
Okay, I was gonna say that I see you so geared. We're talking to a defensive man here. The players you're talking about are DBs. Because I was gonna ask, you love defense. What do you guys have special on offense?
Offensively, we have a receiver His name is Marcus Hood, 6'4", 230-pound receiver.
That's a buck.
Yeah, he goes up and gets the ball. We have another small, quick receiver named Quay Morris. The kid is lightning fast, unbelievably speed. He just spurns people, and against our defensive backfield, watching those two guys. Our quarterback is a question, but our offensive coordinator is a great guy. His name is Stephen Rico. Like I was coming back before, great offensive mind. He knows how to get those guys in gear and get them going. And we have a running back by the name of Ricky Emery. He's played 3 years in indoor football. Great asset on the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, we have one of our captains is Joe Lopez, 6'5", 320-pound guard. On the other side, we just got another 6'7", 340-pound offensive lineman.
Where do you find guys that's just running around these 6'5"? Hey, what you doing today? You got anything going on for the next 7-8 months?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but no, we do. Joe's our player rep for our team.
Okay.
He recruited his butt off. He really did recruit his butt off. He started talking to guys that he knew that were athletes that wanted to play football, that just didn't want to play football, that wanted to eat, breathe, and sleep football. And that's what we have here. We have guys that want to be here 24/7. If they could, they would sleep down here. They'd be practicing every single day. You go on our fan page, you see our guys writing up there that, they're like, is it Tuesday yet? Is it Tuesday yet? And it's Saturday. They're like, is it Tuesday yet? We want to go back to practice. We want to practice, right?
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I asked you this, Coach Rick, earlier. Let me ask you, Mike, what's your expectation? You're possibly coming back for the season. We're not going to rush it because we're going to make sure you're at 100. But what are your expectations for yourself and the Hitmen this year?
My expectations for myself are just pretty simple. Whatever I can do to help the team succeed. I was blessed to have great coaches in high school and even better, amazing coach in my previous in college who you got to put the team before yourself. That's the main thing. And if you give it all in the team, then the attributes will come later. So I personally, I'm just planning on giving everything I got towards the team. Whatever falls in my lap after that falls in my lap. As an overall team, you got to try to be the best. We're not out here playing pro arena football to try to become a second. These guys have families. These guys have jobs. We get paid, but not what people think. We're out here working hard to bring a ring home to the city, and nothing less. We wouldn't be wasting our time to come in second. We want to give everything we got. Chicago's got great fans, great athletes, as we're finding out with the guys we're getting out there, and just to bring it home, man. That's the goal. And if it comes short, it comes short. But until then, we're gonna scratch, call, and grind until we get one.
That's the best answer I could ask for. What else to say? So go team, go! Mike, we mentioned this earlier about the ways guys can reach the team. Is there any way people can reach you, social media, if they want to get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm having a fan page come out just because through Arena Game, a lot of guys end up going to Canada, Europe, and NFL, and they recommend, if you have an agent, they recommend you get a fan page out there. There'll be a fan page coming out there for myself, and I'm sure if you contact the team, for anything like that, I'll be in touch. One thing I was actually going to add through that, one thing I know me and my players and the Hitmen want us to do is to reach out to the community. Chicago is a great town.
Yes.
I would recommend that people reach out. We want to do anything for charities, anything to help people who can't help themselves. And that's another thing that Hitmen are about, and expectations we have is to reach out and help this great city in any way possible. Man.
That's a great thing. Man, I can expect nothing but the best for him.
Appreciate it.
If I'm looking on TV and I see them, I'm like, hey, I know him. I'm going to find a way to tweet you. I need tickets. That's all you're going to see. You know me, I need tickets. Yeah, Mike, I wish the best to you.
Appreciate it.
Best of the season. Coach Rick, definitely best to you and the Hitman. Again, this is Jay Washington here. Again, Coach Rick of the Hitman, as well as Mike Kearney. Catch me, ChicagolandSportsRadio.com on Educated Insanity. As I told Coach earlier, whenever you get free time, clear to come through.
I'll be there, man.
Definitely. Yeah. You think we just had some fun here? It'd be fun. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 6 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.